What is up, league? Going into week 6. We got a winner in here.
Man's alive.
We're fucking back, baby.
He's made it. Dude,
Fuck yeah.
nice pull out there, Diz.
Oh,
Monday night, another sweat.
one of the most stressful games I've ever watched in my life. You got to see it live, Willie, but just screaming at the TV as loud as I could. On the last 4 minutes of that game, I was on the verge of needing to go to the hospital. So, man, I fucking pulled it out, though. Also, fuck the Chiefs. How about that?
Yeah, that was like double dosage right there, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Felt
Yeah.
great.
No, that was a crazy game, dude. I mean, Brenton Strange getting that one catch for like 22 yards. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have ourselves a little battle. Immediately goes out a couple plays later after that, and then just watching Xavier Worthy. When he got that ankle rolled up on, I was like, okay, he's holding on to that thing like it's bad. And then I couldn't stand the fact that B. Jones just comes in there and is like, GG, Tanner. It's like, I get it. You saw the injury and stuff, but like, wait till they actually rule him out because he comes back in like 2 plays later and immediately starts making catches. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I thought I was fucking. Yeah, I thought I was fucking cooked the second he came back out. I was like, they're just gonna pepper him, especially after the Jags scored to fucking take the lead with 30 seconds left. I was like, every play is gonna be a Hail Mary, and they're probably gonna throw it to the fastest fucking guy they got. And I thought it was going to be just one shot to Worthy, and I was toast. And thank God it wasn't.
Well, you get the first dub, so welcome to the league, playing fantasy.
Thank God. It's good to be back. I feel like I've actually started playing this year.
And Red, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was there was a subreddit in fantasy football that I was reading, and a lot of people were like, all my brothers out there that are 0-5, 1-4, whatever, they're like, don't lose hope. And everybody's in there like, I started out 0-6 last year and I won the ship, and everything like that. So I was like, this is what Disney needs to see right here.
That's what we're saying, dude. Last year was the motto when you were the diner. You're like, I believe. It's just like, we were pounding the table here at Wilson time. You got to believe. So, you just got to do it.
I was losing hope. Here's the thing. You got to see one go in. The diner started hot, and then it just completely fell apart. This year, I fucking 0-4 before last night. So, yeah. I just felt like I wasn't going to win ever. Put up 115 points, still lose. Felt like the gods were smiting me. But we're fucking back. And like I said today, it's time to start stacking. Time to come back. I'm ready.
Well, like Nut said, there's some metrics out there that you don't look to that bad in. There's some teams out there where, like, you look at the Gobbies of the world where everything's just crumbling around them, and but you have a glimmer of hope. I think, in my opinion, is that if you have a top 5 quarterback, like you always have a chance every week. You have Jalen Hurts. Like, I had Jalen Hurts last year, and there was plenty of times I thought maybe I was down and out. No, I feel like there's always a way to find a win when you have a top-tier quarterback on the helm,
Well, ironically, didn't Jalen Hurts not put up that many points? Wasn't he just like kind of mid this week?
Yeah. Well, it's because they decided to throw the ball 5,000 times.
They don't know what they're doing. Red, you took down the juggernaut. Well, Darth Nuttius. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I played Obi-Wan.
Thank
or
God.
Luke, whoever you want to choose. I took him down, and if anybody's watched the Podly already and everything, shout out Nut. But dude, that Patrick Mahomes, that cocksucker dude last night, he started out, he threw up like 17 points at me in the first like 18 minutes of the game, and I was like, dude, this is it. And you know what was funny? All day I was looking through Patrick Mahomes' stats, like over the last few years, and I was like, how many times has he scored over 35 points? Because Nut had to score 35.26 points to beat me. And I was looking at every single game for the last like 6 years. I was like, how often has he scored over 35 points? And it hadn't been since like he had Tyreek Hill. So I was like, oh, I'm good. And then I don't know, dude, he's just using his legs so much more this year that it's scary. I don't like it. So it was so Nut, you said I probably wasn't going to talk on it, but I was there's a reason why I wasn't chirping as much at the beginning of the game last night, because just like Dylan said, it's not over till it's over, man. And I thought if that went into OT, I was like, Patrick Mahomes has a 30-yard touchdown run for some reason or something like that, I'm cooked, So it was nerve-wracking.
Well, the way that game started too, Patrick Mahomes was just tearing him up. That defense couldn't do anything. It was like, oh God, red. Especially after he ran in the second one.
Dude, thank God for Kareem Hunt, man, because
my best running back,
baby. I love Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, and to that point, detriment to Gobby there, Pacheco. Just where is he? He's on the back of a milk carton right now. Can't find that man. Tough times. But yeah, it was an interesting week. I mean, there was a lot of like hogs out on bye, and there wasn't quite. It didn't seem like the fireworks that we've seen a couple weeks before that, but it was a nice shakeup in the league. There's a shit ton of 2 and 3 teams out there right now. So again, if you think you're down and out, really, you're still in the mix. And I think it's going to be a minute until we actually see like a separation start to happen.
Dude,
that's more balanced. There's already kind of that top part, but like a more balanced one.
Well, yeah, because let's think about this. You get the Diz of the world that's 1 and 4. Same with Gobby. You have like the 2s and 3s and stuff like that. But just think about this. Dude, B. John's team is not good. We're back to the same old B. John's. Start out a little hot and just fade off. Like that's just what it is. But B. John has 20 more points scored on the year than Diz right now. So he's scoring like 5 more points a week. It's not like, oh, you could easily catch up to that. And that's what I was talking about Cal earlier today, complaining about not being ahead of me or Jaden in the tier ranking. And like, dude, you just played like a couple guys that basically just shat the bed the last 3 weeks in a row, and they've been looking on the down the whole time. So you could, if Diz ends up running into those guys and say he has 3 weeks in a row like Stevens had, all you got to score is 90 points every week to get 3 dubs. That's easily attainable.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we'll go ahead, Diz.
Oh, I was just saying, fuck yeah, I like you're thinking on that. Never give up.
It's scheduled, man. Like that's like Nut does his whole. He has his little thing. He throws it into his little generator to talk about schedules and everything. But dude, fantasy's so unpredictable. And there's honestly definitely a separation right now. There's the people that are scoring over 100+ points per game, and dude, I've had 3 of the game. I think I've had like only 1 or 2 weeks this year where somebody hasn't scored 100 points on me. All 3 of my wins, I've had to score 100 points or more just to win because of their. So it's just unpredictability of everything. So you just never know.
Yeah, no, I was checking it out. So went through the points for, and shout out to Nut again, Nut Report. But just kind of looking at some numbers and everything, and yeah, looking at the points for average. So the league average, we're at 95.4, and that's only 1, 2, 3, 5 teams that are averaging over that. So. Yeah, and it's like there's a big separation here. I mean, Jaden's the one that fit there, and he's got 9 points pretty much on it. So, there's going to be a lot of jostling down there. A lot of it is due to injuries, too. Like, of course, know that. And especially for, like, Nut this week, that was big with Amari and Hampton going out, especially after, like, the Bucky Irving thing that was just going on, which is still weird to me. I mean, the whole injury just seems so odd. But yeah, the guys, like a bunch of the guys down below, though, still a lot of injuries happening down there, and some players just aren't panning out. You got Gobby over there. I was watching that game last night. I'm like, what are they doing with BT Juice? They threw that huge catch at the end of the game to help them seal the game. It's like, okay, well, you know what he is, so like use him. But I think T-Law is just, I don't know, man. T-Law just kind of feels lost out there. He's just like a big goon bat.
So true.
Dude, he's a hit, bro. I don't forget shit that Calvin says ever. And this motherfucker, T-Law over Brock Purdy every single day. La, la, la. Dude, I don't care. Trevor Lawrence will never be in a top 5 MVP consideration ever. Like, there's just no way. Brock Purdy has been. I'm looking at T-Law, dude. The guy has already had the 2 pass the line of scrimmage throws. Nobody's done that since Blake Bortles, and that was like back in like 2018 or something. I don't even know what it was, like 2018 or something. I'm like, dude, just doesn't even know where the line of scrimmage is. The guy is just, I don't know, man. He might look like a physical specimen, but he's a freaking idiot. Like, I just can't stand watching him play.
Yeah, I totally agree. So it's just like it's hard to tell what some of these teams need to do, but I mean, at the end of the day, the lesson is don't give up. Diz, remember that if you start losing again, don't ever give up. Always believe, because I mean, you're just looking at it, and it's like it's pretty tight in there. I mean, there's definitely some outliers, like Mitch averaging 78.8 or 78.78. Jesus, but yeah, that is terrible. I mean, but everybody else is kind of like scrunched up there, right below that league average. So, that also
one thing I would say about my team, because it's been painted as the worst team in the league, and that's fair because I was 0-4. My team hasn't scored touchdowns yet this year. I am egregiously due for touchdown scoring. And I think once my team finally figures out how to do that and I make a couple trades, I feel like I'm right in the fucking middle of the pack.
Yeah, that's what you need. You got to believe.
Positive regression. I mean, shit, that's what Calvin was. Dude, Calvin was in my ear about that after the first 2 games. Same thing. It's like you can tell where it could be, like the positive regression should come. Does it mean it's going to come? Not necessarily. It's like I'm looking at Gavi's team with some of his players. I'm like, okay, again, the BT juice and all that. Theoretically, Pacheco should be getting some touchdowns. Just not seeing it. Like it's just strange. So it's not necessarily a guarantee, but you definitely could have the positive regression pull you out of it. It was also interesting to me too. I was looking at the points against, and I mean, Jaden is leading the pack there. So Jaden's in the top, in the top 5 of scoring, but also he has the most points scored against him. Same with you, Red. You're up there as well.
That's what I'm saying. This year's been tough, bro. Like, honestly, Diz's best game of the year, right? Throws up like 115 or whatever, and I have to score over 120 just to beat him. And then, last week, even with like Omari Hampton going out, Nut still scores 107. It's just like, you never know, because then you got like teams where you have teams like where Calvin's scoring 140 points, but the person he's playing against is scoring 80 points. So it's like, cool, yeah, you're scoring a lot of points, but like, I don't know, like that. There's no the competition isn't there. So like I said, if you just get the right schedule, like there's a strong possibility that you could just rattle off a few wins in a row. So Diz, I don't know what your schedule is coming up, but like if you're facing the Knicks or the Gobbies or the Bijons of the world, then you could be sitting pretty.
I played Nick this week,
and the trend has been what? So.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of teams that just don't really have the depth. I mean, you go around looking at some of the benches out there. And I haven't finished the Paulo yet, but sorry, Nut. But the dead weight thing he's talking about, it's like, dude, there's a lot of people's teams. I'm like, what's this? Like, what's the point of this on there? Some of these players just don't make sense. You can say what you want to about Wandale Nut, but that motherfucker is still technically wide receiver 1 on the squad. Dartwell, he's going back to how they were playing before Daniel Jones.
Yeah, but it's just
Russell out there for him now.
I don't know. I'm not going to let the rookie get away easily here, like at all. All right. You want to talk about dead weight? What are we doing, Cliffy? Like, we got Cliffy 2.0 in here. Or what's going on? We got 3 QBs still? You don't have a bye anymore, bro. Drop a QB. You don't need 3 QBs on your team. Like, what's the point of having Matthew Stafford, Caleb Williams, and Jordan Love all on your team? What's the point? Like, I don't know what we're doing. Like, what are we doing here? I don't know if he's dropping one tonight. Waivers go through tonight, but at the same time, if he ends up with 3 QBs after this, I'm just going to be like, dude, there's a lot of holes that you could fix, and you're just holding on to a lot of QBs.
Yeah, I think it's like in hopes to be able to trade one because there's been so many injuries, but
we know how that goes.
Yeah,
it's only a select few people, the CODs of the world, I guess, but we'll touch more on his trade later on.
Well, it also just depends too. Like, for the most part, you have to get like a hog QB in return. I don't think anybody's going to be trading for a guy that's like fringe top 10, even like top 7 or something. It's like you got to be like going for like a top 5, top 6, I'd say.
Well, because the thing about it, like the only time he's gonna really leverage is if there's like the bye weeks going on. But I'll tell you right now, I won't trade for a QB. I'll throw in Bryce Young. Like I will not trade for a QB when I have a bye week.
No, yeah, and I think that what we've all learned is like just sweat it out, like make him sweat it out. Like people will get by. They'll find the Sam Darnolds that'll put up a 30-point game in a week for him or something like that, and then eventually Nick's gonna, especially with all the injuries he has, it's like you're gonna have to go get some dudes to put into your lineup. Some guys rotate out with these buys coming through. So QBs will be back on the market. I feel like that's how Gary used to do back in the day, where you would like collect these guys, and then right before you have to go drop them, it's like, hey, dude, check it out. Got a little something here for you.
I talked about last year. I talked about
yes.
that. He'll be like, hey, man, for like 15 fab or something like that, do you want like this guy or something? And you're like, no. And then literally the next day you see that he drops them, and you're like, okay, like you just trying to suckle a little bit out before you get rid of them.
Yeah, I guess there is like another way of thinking of it too. It's like, okay, let's say they're offering you 10, like they're like, I'll take 10 fab for this guy, and you think that guy's going to go back on the waiver, but if he hits the waiver, you're probably going to have to spend like $30-$40. I can see a thought process in that. Calvin was trying to tell me about that with Thornton when he was shopping Thornton, because goddamn, he was annoying me, dude. I was like, I don't want this dude at all. He doesn't make the cut. I'm taking Wandale over him. I don't care. Like, it means nothing to me. But I don't know if he got dropped, I don't know if people will go blow a bunch of money on that sort of thing. Whatever. Well, let's talk about these trades, because there was a lot of trades this week. Trying to keep up with all of them. So, and actually, I think, oh no, we got it in there. Okay. Yeah, so I think the first one that happened this week was with yours truly. So I went and got Tomcat, sent over Dallas Goedert, and 25 big ones to Cleaner. You guys got thoughts on it?
Damn.
Yeah, I love me some Tomcat.
Who doesn't?
That's a lot of cheddar to be dropping on Tomcat.
Yeah, I just think like, okay, so for me, yeah, I just like you really have to be like, you really have to know something that we don't know. I get like you talked about air yards and everything like that. Air yards are cool, but the problem is man, I remember having Tomcat last year and he had a shit ton of air yards. The problem is sometimes it's hard for those boomer bust guys, right? Like Jameson Williams better than your typical boomer bust guy, but he kind of reminds me of George Pickens last year, where like I just didn't see it consistently enough. Amon-Ra just eats so much that it was just, I don't know, $25 seems like a little rich for me, but I'm sure in order for you to get your guy, I already know Cleaner was probably sitting over there already overvaluing the shit out of this dude. He probably was like, oh, you fucking fringe like top 10 wide receiver or something, So you probably had to pay more than you wanted to, but 25 is rich for me.
It is. You got any thoughts?
Yeah, same thing. I don't know that I'd be, even with my wide receivers, and they're bad, I think $25 is a lot for Jameson Williams.
Do you feel like Jameson Williams kind of remains your wide receiver core? Like kind of like
yeah, he does. Yeah, absolutely. He's the type of guy that can go out and put up 3 for 4 weeks straight, and then 1 week he'll put up 25. And then you're living exactly how Nut said it on the pod late today. He was like, you're living in the hope, in the dream era, where you're just sitting there and you're looking at him on your lineup and you're like, he can do it. I know he can. Is this going to be the week? And then you put him in and he doesn't do it. And that's what I've been living with my wide receivers. And JMO fits the build. I really wanted to draft JMO this year too.
No, I was in on him too. So Dylan, tell us the main reason. I probably spoiled your air yard analysis, but
no, it's fine, because I sometimes wonder if people even know what air yards are when I'm talking about.
They run.
Yeah, so no, it essentially was that. It just air yards. He's had a shit ton, and I feel like one of the better strategies is chasing air yards, because eventually those translate into points once they start hitting. And yeah, I mean, Tomcat also to my surprise, when I was looking into it, because I was going to go shopping for him, I had my eye on him, but then I looked, finishes wide receiver 14 last year, and I'm like, okay, so if he had his breakout, and now Detroit's on he's on a top 3 offense. I guess in my mind, I'm just thinking, I'm going to buy into this offense. If he's getting the air yards, it just needs to connect. Last week, I'm not even really worried about last week because it was against the Bengals, and I was hoping he should be able to bust off one on there, but the game script, it didn't really feel like it was necessary for him. There's a shit ton of rushing in that game, so.
Well, I also think that they've just been playing some piss poor other teams, and so if they get into shootouts, there's a possibility they'll be throwing the ball more than they've been running it. So right. They played Cleveland, Cincinnati, Baltimore with a hurt Lamar Jackson. So it's just maybe they throw.
And I guess my final thought on it is I was already planning on moving one of my running backs. Now, and I value running backs over wide receivers, but it's also the way I was looking at it when I was making my next trade, kind of simultaneously. I'm like, okay, if I'm going to take the boom or bust guy, I'm going to take it on, even if wide receiver, I'm going to take it on the team that's elite in scoring compared to the team that's literally the worst.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, which led to the next trade there. So, at the same time when all that was going down, old Penny Packer getting shipped out to Red there.
Sorry, Nut.
I'm going to dance for you this week.
Dance like Calvin, because that's what I do. I spend my money.
Yeah, shimmy on the nut.
Yeah.
It's almost felt like a collusion trade. I won't lie, Wilson Timers.
You can ask Dylan. I literally just told him I need a running back because I just needed a bye week fill in because Swift was gone, and I really went out and I said Jordan Mason or Woody Marks, and Dylan was all about the backwoods. So and I knew Jordan Mason would cost more, and I knew that would be more of a reach to try to get Jordan Mason just because the opportunities in the offense is better. And so Dylan was like, what about Pollard? Because nobody else wants Pollard. And I was like, I'll take Pollard. I was like, I just need a bye week. I just need something to fill in for the week, I reached out to a lot of people. I was talking to you, Diz, trying to get Chase Brown, So I was talking to 6 different teams just trying to get a running back. And so when Dylan was like, hey, Dylan started out more, and then we talked it down a little bit, and Dylan was like, I think Dylan was just trying to get off Pollard because Pollard, I've had him for 1 week, and the motherfucker's frustrating. So
it's not a fun situation to be watching, dude. I hate watching the Titans games.
Dude, if he didn't get that touchdown, I was just, I barely beat Nut still, but it literally looks like I spent $10 for a 5-point running back.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like a lot of players in this league would have spent more than 10 on him if he was shopped.
And that's what Dylan was telling me. Dylan's like, I literally told a lot of people because people reached out. And Dylan's like, nobody wants Pollard. He's like, I've offered him in a ton of trade packages, try to do this. Or somebody asked Dylan for running back, and Dylan was like, how about Pollard? They're like, nah, I don't want Pollard. So I was like, when Dylan was like, you're the only person that literally just said, I'll just take Pollard.
Well, yeah. So let me add to this and give context. Just like you were talking about, Red, I was in 6 different conversations, and I had shopped Pollard and Mason, and I told everybody my values on him, but I also was updating the value based off of what the feedback I was getting. It was pretty obvious everybody wanted Jordan Mason. Me personally, they're both kind of the same dude. I don't really care. I just want to get rid of one of them. But it was when we were talking about the running backs and everybody just kept going to Mason, I would come back with another value, just or another trade package, just kind of keeping the conversation going. Nobody was counter offering. Nobody was even tossing out even just an idea for a number on Pollard. It was always just straight to Mason, straight to Mason, straight to Mason. And I was like, all right, well, I mean, I don't necessarily need to move off him, but if I can do this with Mason, then fuck it. But yeah, I just don't understand. Everybody was shocked. And yeah, trust me, I wanted more money for Pollard. But at the same time, nobody was even giving me a number. Nobody was even giving me a counter offer or anything. And I'm like, well, if it's going to be like that. And then like Calvin came at me in like 3 different types of messaging apps and everything. And talking to me, oh, I paid $20 and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, he's also been on the trading block for like, I don't know how long. And in the moment when I just got a trade done, I'm not going to go text every single person in the league, hey, this is what I got. This is what I got. This is what I got.
Well, if you want to make more money for Pollard, Red gives you a $10 offer, and that's what you guys settle on. You could just text someone else and be like, would you pay more than $10 for this guy? You could just hit someone up and be like, I have an offer. Would you pay 12?
Well, I think Dylan. I think the difference was I think what Dylan was doing, because I didn't know he was doing the JMO trade, and so Dylan was probably like, okay, I'm spending $25 right now for JMO. Like, I already know I want to do this. I want to recoup my money right now, so it's not like I just spent $25 and now I got to go shop Pollard forever. Like, instead, like now it's like, oh, okay, now I only spent $15 today. Like, obviously I have one less player, but
yeah, and also too, I guess the way I see it is like I didn't have to ship out Pollard. Like, yeah, I could have hit everybody up, like, or one person, be like, hey, I got $10 for him, whatnot. But there was a little bit of urgency because I was in the middle of sealing that other one and kind of determining how much cash I would spend in that one based off what I was going to get from him. But also, it was just like, at the end of the day, if y'all want him, just see what you can get for him. It's like, dude, he's available for trade. So just send, when I initially asked about it, or when he's been sitting on the goddamn trade block for a week and it's just crickets out there, I'm like,
longer than that, bro.
It's almost kind of like, well, fuck y'all, man. I don't even care. You know,
he was on the trade block since week 2. I haven't paid attention.
He's been on the trade block for a hot minute.
I know,
but there was that trade. Helped you out, get that dub for you, Red. Might fuck me this week against you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, whatever.
Calvin dance.
So the other one was Calvin shipping off old Taekwon Thornton. Raise your hand if you got a text about Taekwon Thornton.
Not me.
Oh, really?
Wow. Dude, Cal knows that Red wouldn't do it.
Well, you probably know I fucking hate Taekwon Thornton. He used to be a Patriot, so.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Whatever about this trade, though. 10 fab.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I'll just say the way, just for the record, because I'm assuming this is how the rest of the league feels. The way that Cal shopped Taekwon Thornton is probably what the league expected you to do with Pollard because he's a running back. Just gonna say.
Well, you know what's funny? So I was in my group me messages the other day, and I was looking at like some of the first message I ever sent in group me, and I direct messaged everybody back in like 2018 or something like that. And I was like, I'm shopping LaShawn McCoy tonight. Hit me up if you want anything. Not a single person ever messaged me back. And this is back when like Shady was like a top 10 running back or whatever. And I was like, I'm shopping him. I sent a message to everybody directly through GroupMe, and I think I got like, I don't even know if I got 1 or 2 messages back from everybody. So it's just funny just to shop everybody like that, because I don't know, like, dude, I've been talking trades with people since last week, and now I got crickets, and really, it wasn't even like I had a lot of conversation going on. It's like it kind of just stalled out. Like nobody really even. So you know what, the whole hypocrisy of the league, everybody talking about Christian doesn't reach back out, blah, 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 blah. Dude, I'm over that because I can't get anything. I'm getting ghosted. I'm getting left on red. Like, no.
Red, the argument is that you just don't trade before week 8.
That's what people say, but the problem is it was, Christian doesn't.
They say it. It's true. Aside from this one, because your brother gave you a layup trade. That's the only reason that happened.
But think about this too. Okay, what does everybody say? Oh, Christian's a good drafter. So why the fuck would I trade if I'm a good drafter? Because usually when I trade my players, it shits on me at the end of the day. Talk to Dylan, he has 2 freaking championships because of it. I draft good, so I don't want to get off my guys as soon as possible because at the end of the day, at the end of the year, the people that I ship off are actually good players.
Well, I think if anything, if you're talking about, I mean, this year it sounds like, and I don't know, maybe because like when we were in our trade talk, we didn't even have a talk. You weren't fucking answering me, and I was trying to figure out if you actually like what you were gonna do. But if you're actually talking with people, maybe it's a little different. But my point is,
I was messaging like 4 people at that point, yeah.
And I guess the way I kind of feel about it is kind of like go back. Might as well just talk about it because this was like a big deal in the league and stuff. And on my end, yes. The only time I feel like, like, oh yeah, there's anybody should feel bad about it. It's like, okay, I guess I should feel bad about it myself since I could have got more cash. But I don't feel bad for any of you fucks because nobody counter offered it. Nobody even explored an idea. Most of my trade talks were talking about, I like put it in there like, hey, I'm down to do like combos, players, fat, like let's get creative with it, work with me here. And I tried doing that with a couple of them. And it's just like, I think there's a problem, and this is my perspective, but it's like there's not a lot of like counter offers that are thrown back or just kind of like feeling it out. So, if people thought that I value Pollard more, it was kind of like, oh, I thought you valued him more. So, I just didn't bother making an offer. And it's like, well, why not? Why not just see where it's at? You know what I mean?
No.
Because like on my end, I'm the guy that has the player that you need. So is it really my responsibility to go shop them around? Yeah, for my own pocketbook, but it's not my responsibility to go hit everybody up to, make sure they're fit from it.
There's this really cool feature called the trade block that you can literally go and tell people, hey, this person's available. And so Calvin being like, well, you didn't even reach out to everybody. I don't need to reach out to you, motherfucker. You know I want to trade this guy. He's on the trade block. Like, you know that like he's available, so come reach out to me.
Well, and things change too.
This argument isn't coming from like, hey, I wanted Pollard. It's more so just
it does because as soon as after it's done, people have a problem with it. But when it's happening, nobody knows about it, obviously. But nobody wants to reach out.
People have a problem with it because they all assume that Dill would have gotten more for him. So I think the reason it's an issue is because Dill probably could have gotten more.
So why did nobody offer anything when Dylan was asking people to take Pollard?
Because if you hit someone up and you're like, what are you going to give me for Pollard? And then there's an offer given and it's not good enough, it's way different than, me texting you or Dill texting me and saying, will you give me $12 for Pollard cut and dry like that? It's a very different dynamic of a trade rather than being like, hey, what are you going to give me?
But yeah, but the problem is, like what I ran into is I needed a counter offer and nobody was giving me counter offers. I kept giving the new idea. So what you're saying is true, but there's the second part of that where, okay, if I'm texting you going, hey, I'm shopping Pollard, would you give me this for him? And you're like, no, I'm feeling that. I'm not interested in Pollard. Well, then come back with a counter offer then to me so I can we can work it out. But a lot of times, and I feel like it's not just my trade, but I've heard this from other people trying to trade. It's like they're not getting that counter offer. They're not getting the feedback to be able to make another trade. So you're just kind of throwing more shit at them. You know what I'm saying? So it's a takes two to tango. And I think the bigger point is just actually getting into a full conversation. One thing I appreciated about Brian when he was in the league is that the dude would give me feedback and then he would give me a new idea or be like, hey, how do you feel about if we took this out and put this guy in or change this level of cash and stuff? And it was like an actual fluid conversation. And it still happens a little, it still happens to an extent, but I feel like what's kind of missing right now is just people aren't giving the counter offers and everything. It's just like, I don't know, my end, I would felt like I was doing all the work, and I'm like, damn, dude, I don't really need to trade these motherfuckers. So, like,
That's fine too.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
But
if you don't want to go fuck around with it, then just do it like you did. But
I think it's okay.
like, be the voice of the league on this show and be like, that's why people were attacking you about it.
I think the difference is here is that there's two ways to go about it. If Dylan was going shopping Pollard and reaching out to everybody, then yeah, probably start a bidding war. But I'm reaching out to Dylan. Like, I'm like, hey, Dylan, I want this.
that's
like,
right. He didn't reach out to me about it.
And so it's like, if somebody's reaching out to me being like, I want this guy, I'm not going to be like, oh shit, well, everybody else must want him too. Like, let me go find out. It's like, okay, this is the only person reaching out to me about this guy. He's probably the only person that actually wants him right now. And so I think it's different. Like, if I were to go out and message everybody like Cal did or something like that, then yeah, I would start a bidding war. But I went to Dylan.
And on top of it too, I guess, like, there was a point where I was I was being truthful in the sense with a lot of people where I'm like, hey, what I'm hearing is like nobody really wants Pollard. And so I kept knocking the price down and down, but Jordan Mason's shit stayed the same. So I mean, at that point, I get like when you're looking at it, it's like, okay, well, it seems like everybody wants Mason. So I either have to just do this like hog move, or let me go revisit back to the Pollard thing and be like, okay, where are we at now? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was kind of telling Trike that I was like, if we would have came back to the Pollard thing when I told him the offers I was getting for Mason, and everybody was like, man, it's a lot for Mason. I'm like, okay, so why aren't we talking about Pollard now? It's just, I think it's just more about like having the conversation about it, going back and forth, and also just not assuming things.
Like, well, yeah, I think the biggest thing is not necessarily like you shouldn't. It's not like you shouldn't shop somebody. Obviously, you should. Like, that's just what you do. Like, a lot of people in this league are salesmen. Like, that's what you do. Like, but I think the biggest thing was more so, well, I would have paid more. It's like, well, woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I wasn't thinking about your feelings. I wasn't thinking about what you were thinking about. If you wanted a running back or you needed a running back, then you would have reached out to me or something like that. Like, that's what I did. I went and I did my research and I saw everybody that shit in the bed in wide receiver, and and I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go out and reach out to everybody that possibly has like that needs help with wide receiver, because I have an abundance of them right now. Or like when I needed a running back, I looked and I was like, okay, what teams have at least 3 starters? I'm gonna go reach out to those guys. So I wouldn't just like assume that like somebody like Calvin or something like that would want Pollard.
Exactly. I went to Nut Report, shout out Nut, dvffl.com, check it out. But what I do is I go to the Nut Report and I check out the position leaders and everything where we're scoring. And so simply put, I just went straight to the running backs. I'm like, all right, who's shitting the bed right now? And I hit up all the guys towards the bottom. So the guys up top, yeah, I wasn't thinking about you, Cal, when you're second or third scoring and running back. So, it's just kind of like that.
I wish people would use the trade block. I just wish people would use the trade block. I wish
kind of down for me still. Like,
I understand people want to be like ominous. They don't want to be like, oh, well, I don't want people knowing what I'm worried about on my team or something like that, or whatever it is.
Sometimes, like, I don't want to like have it all out there, but I do think that and honestly too, how useful is a trade block? This whole trade we're talking about kind of proves it right there. It's like the dude's been up on the block, so, but I didn't really get anything. I mean, if it wasn't for you and Trek hitting me up, nobody would ask me about Pollard and probably just be doing it that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, is it really? Yeah.
I think it is. I think it could be.
We'll move on because there's still more trades. That's the thing. We haven't gone through all the fucking trades yet this week.
That was good. We needed to go over that.
Yeah, we definitely did. And it leads into more. So you want to talk about people get upset?
Collusion trade. Collusion.
This is one.
Are you kidding me? Alec, you're fucking dead. I don't even care, man. I don't even care that Brandon didn't play him. I don't care that. If you did play him, you would have won. The fact that Alec did it, fucking toast.
It's honestly wild. And I don't know, Red, you probably paid more attention to the Patriot stuff than I have. But like Ramondre, and these trades are just weird this year. You go and trade for somebody, and immediately something happens like the next day, and it's like, oh, dude, this guy's the number one guy now. So Ramondre, Cleaner goes and gets him and he sends off $10. And on the B, one sec, the B John side, like Tyquan Thornton's cool, but like, and I get you were trying to win last night, but did not even go start him. And then on top of it, it's like Xavier Worthy, even though he played, he's still banged up going into the game. But it's like, you can't look at fantasy at a week-to-week scope like that. It's like if you're thinking bigger picture, you just gave up an RB1 now, like for a guy that's going to be playing behind Xavier, Rashee Rice. Anyways, that's my rant on it. Red, tell me about Ramondre.
This trade is baffling to me for a multitude of reasons. One, Cleaner doesn't need a running back. He has 3 starters on his team. So now he's basically put himself into this conundrum where he has 4 different running backs each week that he's going to have to look at and figure out which 3 does he want to play. And then on the other side of things, B-Johns, Tyquan Thornton is just a fill-in. Rashee Rice comes back in 2 weeks. Like, Xavier Worthy is going to heal up. It's going to be Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, Travis Kelce, and Tyquan Thornton goes right back to the old bench where he was with the Patriots. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I see that you got $10 out of it, but who's your running backs? You have Jalen Warren and you have Breece Hall. Like, that's what you're banking on. Like, I think the one thing that a lot of people aren't realizing right now, and I think last week for me kind of helped it, getting a third running back, getting a little bit of depth, it's going to help you on those weeks that you really need that bye week fill in. And we just saw that happen to B-Johns the other week when Jalen Warren went out. He got freaking caught with his pants down. Like, Jalen Warren was out. Guess what? Ramondre could have slid right in there. And now, say that happens again, or a bye week comes up, B-Johns has no running backs again to fill in. And yes, to your point, Ramondre Stevenson, I don't know, dude. If the guy fumbles one more time, I don't know what's going to happen. Trevion Henderson is just as good as a running back. Vrabel just loves Ramondre. So Ramondre, I actually asked B-Johns to trade for him too, but I would never have given $10 for Ramondre. But I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get this. I don't get the trade. Like, Cleaner gave up $10 for a running back that's probably going to sit on his bench all year because I'm starting J.K. Dobbins over Ramondre probably. I'm starting Rico Dowdle. I'm starting, Naughty Boy. And then, on B-John's side, cool, you got $10 out of it, but what are you going to do now? Like, you are short on running backs, and you're not even a big trader to begin with. So, like, I don't know what's going. I don't know what. I just don't know. Like, it doesn't make sense to me on both sides. But
this trade felt absolutely wrong going down at 5 p.m. on Sunday night. That's disgusting. You don't fucking do that. You're done. That's why you lost, Brandon.
Yeah, dude. I just can't believe that you traded for him and then went right back to Worthy. Well, that'll teach you. And then last but not least, this guy right here. And we actually might be missing the Dak, and I can't remember if that trade was last week, but there was too many trades. But George Pickens and COD gets $20, ships off Justin Jefferson to Cal. This one just went down. I feel like, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of feel like I actually lean towards COD's side. Obviously, Justin Jefferson's a better player, but the Dallas offense is humming, and Minnesota's still trying to figure shit out right now.
Yeah, I said when this went down that I would probably prefer to have George in the cash. Just, he's playing with Dak. The Cowboys look nice. CD's still out, and Justin Jefferson's playing with a rookie QB. I mean, he hasn't had a breakout game yet. George has, so I don't know. I feel like this actually is kind of a mistake by Calvin by doing that.
I think Calvin's going back to this. I will not be shocked if Calvin tries to go for a Bijan or a Jahmyr Gibbs. He won't get Bijan because Jaden's doing well, but Gabi, Jahmyr Gibbs, I already know Calvin's going to sell off the farm, and he's going to try to replicate exactly what he did last year. And I think that's why this pisses me off the most is because I, myself, was trying to get Justin Jefferson from COD, and I sent out, I think, lucrative offers. And COD, and me being my laid back, nice self, let COD have his work day because he said he couldn't respond because he was working. And I said, cool, I'll talk to you later, buddy. Well, guess what? Never heard back, never had a chance to make a counter or anything like that. And here we go. This is what happens. I knew Calvin had made an offer. I didn't know what the offer was. So we want to talk about shopping. Like, COD's grasping here that he's hoping that somehow this is going to be a Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow to activate. I just don't know if that's the case because I feel like when CD comes back, George Pickens won't be as productive as he is, and Dak Prescott's not Joe Burrow. But I still like it. I still like this to activate. I'm annoyed because I wanted Justin Jefferson and I didn't get a chance. So, and the one thing that I would say about this too, and I was telling you guys before the show, COD's problem isn't his top hog wide receiver. It's the fact that he has no depth and he has no second running back. There's a lot of people out there. You probably can get a running back wide receiver combo and some cash for Justin Jefferson. So COD basically replaced a problem with a problem. So I don't know. We'll see how it works out, but I don't know.
I think it's classic to me with just like the perspectives this year feel a bit different. And like what I was talking before about people seem to be valuing wide receivers over running backs. Everybody's like, I need a wide receiver. When we're having like the lowest wide receiver scoring year in years. And then running backs are always just the same old song and dance. Some are going to get injured. There's only 32 of them that technically should be an RB1. Maybe a couple of backfields, 1A, 1B. But, I mean, right now we're having a huge shortage in them. So I think the depth thing is big. It's just it's hard. It seems hard right now with these trades you're not seeing a lot of the consolidation and stuff, like a hog getting split up between like two guys that they're pulling onto their team. It's a lot of it's just like, all right, one guy, fat wad of cash. And so the dynamics are completely changing for a team. It's kind of just like, cool, replace that, but is it enough to actually do something for your team? Because I don't know, man. I'm looking at COD's team and yeah, you got George Pickens and you got your cash, but dude, you're having other issues. Trayvon Henderson hasn't done shit, and
DJ Moore is trash.
So it's a classic.
You're banking on Keenan right now, who's literally down. He's just going down. That offense is not looking good. They have no run game now.
Diz, what do you think of that?
Man. Well, this year really tried to front load, and it hasn't done jack shit for me. Yeah, but I went for depth last year, and it also didn't do shit for me. So I think I'm just having some bad luck. But I will say, I think COD's wide receivers are worse than mine, which is saying a lot. Not good.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know, man. Again, the trading dynamics are different now, the cash, but I think we're kind of about the combos there.
I just don't get it, dude. We're week 6? You're 2-3, COD. You're 2-3, bro. If you got a running back, a startable running back, and another starting wide receiver, I don't even know. I'll just throw it out there. I was offering Jalen Waddle, Michael Pittman, and Tony Pollard. And then I probably would have thrown some cash in there, COD, if you actually would have responded to me. And I don't know. That right there in my mind, and I'm not just speaking based off the fact that I'm offering it, it's the fact that like you have more options. Like you're going to have more options. Like George Pickens is not going to put up 20 plus points per game, but Tony Pollard maybe putting up 10, and Jalen Waddle putting up 9, and Michael Pittman putting up 10 is going to be better than just George Pickens going off for 12. So like, I don't know. Like at the end of the day, like and DJ Moore's not going to do shit. Tyjae Spear ain't going to do shit. Like he's going to get injured again. Keenan Allen, like I said, that offense just looks worse. I just don't know. I feel like almost at that point, getting rid of Justin Jefferson for George Pickens, like you're basically saying, okay, because there's no way in hell that you're going to sit here and tell me that you think George Pickens is going to be Justin Jefferson of like years past. Like we can sit there and say that right now, but CD is going to come back and that's going to regress him. It's going to regress him, dude. Like he's basically going to have the T. Higgins of the Bengals. So would he have been happy last year with T. Higgins and Joe Burrow stack? Hell no. You want the Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow stack.
Well, I guess too. So right now, where we're currently standing, CUD's got $200. Calvin's down to 174. Nice. Plus or minus that 5 too. Days, look at you sitting all the way up top at 237.
Rich boy, got rid of my depth as fast as I could.
Get it out of here.
Yeah, fuck this shit, boy.
These guys will never see the light of day.
Going cleaner, dude. He has 4 startable running backs now, bud.
So, with all that being said, Diz, you want to share your screen up there?
Yeah.
Pick'ems.
Big week of trades, man. There's already some emotions flying around, but I think the one thing is don't assume nothing and go after the dudes that you want because.
And you got and supposedly what I'm hearing is I got to be on your ass like Steven because that's the way Calvin's getting people to trade with him is just nonstop being a nuisance.
Well, I mean, again, to me, nothing really new because that's what
like literally Calvin was aggressive.
All right, let's see him. So we totally have lost track on our picks too. So honestly, I can't remember who the hell we've been picking. So we'll start this week.
Zoom out, Diz. You're too close. I can't see the teams. There we go. Oh,
it only lets us see
a little bit further out.
It lets us see like 3 at a time.
If you zoom a little bit further out, though. There you go. Perfect. Perfection.
So we got the Genty's Jet Squadron.
Wait, why is that good? That looks bad.
What do you mean? I can see all the players now.
Yeah.
Before it was cut off by our names.
Oh, my screen.
It might look different on your screen, but when it was zoomed in a little too much, like the team on the right was behind our pictures.
Yes. Leave it just like that. Or that works too, actually. There you go.
Okay, whatever. Oh, you moved it over, so now I can see more.
Okay, I see what you were saying.
So yeah, Bauer Rangers versus you, Dirtle.
Yes, and Dirtle doesn't have a defense yet.
That's okay.
Green 2.
So Dirtle's playing the waiver wire tonight.
Wee.
Hey, are you going for those Raiders?
I'm really torn. Do I play Calvin Ridley against the Raiders defense or Trey Tucker against the Titans defense? What a conflicting idea.
Oh, yeah. I
don't think either one's going to burn the defense.
What a problem to have.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a pretty dirty matchup here.
Also, Romeo Dobbs against the Bengals? Who knows?
I'm actually going to go with Diz on this one, though, dude.
Good man.
Nick's team's just been not looking hot.
No, I'm going to do the same. I think It's so weird to say it, but I actually think Trey Tucker is going to do some stuff against Tennessee, and that Quinshon's
I just,
been nice.
that Pearsall isn't practicing this week. Bowers is still week to week, so I'm, Nick's team is banged up, but it just also hasn't been looking hot. He's also got that Rodriguez in there as his second. Talk about a guy that needs to get another RB.
For real.
I know. I texted Nick. They didn't hit me back up. I was like, dude, I'm looking right at that spot. Yeah, I'm going with Dirtle.
Fuck yeah, stacking.
I just need to go one more shot at old Nick here because he's a rook. You need to get Joe Mixon out of your IR spot, dude. Free up a damn roster spot on your team. Throw Benson, throw Aaron Jones in your IR spot. There's zero reason why Joe Mixon is in there. He's not playing this year. There's been no indication that he's going to play. Why are you wasting a bench spot on this? Joe Mixon needs to be dropped so you can actually get an extra spot, and then you don't have to carry 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's literally. I just saw an update today saying that he's slightly progressing, but still very like there's no timetable.
But he's done. Like he's done for the year.
They've been saying it. It's like writing's on the wall.
All right, so sweet for Diz.
Fuck yeah.
There you go, Diz. String them together, bud.
I mean, if I go 2 and 3, I'm right back in the rat race, boys.
Exactly. All right, so we got the Rook Cook Steven against the Jaden.
Jaden doesn't have a kicker or defense, and Cal doesn't have Johnny Fairplay.
The secret weapon.
No.
And Jaden's got that D wall running though. He looks fucking spry.
Dude, insane.
I can't believe they lost to the Panthers, but their offense looked way better.
Yeah, it's just like Dolphins dolphin around. It's like they could go have a great offensive game. And
interviews, like the dude, I think he's autistic or something.
Definitely something up.
Like, have you heard him? Like, he just when he tries to answer questions, it makes zero sense. Like, I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, I agree. You should go listen to Carroll's press conferences. He's basically Joe Biden up there.
Well, it makes sense. Like he's like 74 or whatever, like Mike McDaniel's he's like almost as old as us. Like
got fucking Alzheimer's, dude.
I'm gonna go. Oh, this is closer than you think.
Dude, Alvin Kamara is just falling off, bro.
Sad. Yeah, I've heard things.
It's the end of an era, man.
I've heard rumors of him getting traded. It's kind of why he hasn't really been teaching. He hasn't been playing as much.
Dude, that's like he's been like a staple of running backs for like fucking like 8 years now.
Yeah, I guess I'm probably gonna go with Kyle. Puka's got a nicey matchup.
Cal has a conflicting matchup on his team. He's got Justin Fields and the Broncos D playing against each other. Jets versus Broncos.
Yeah, I talked with him about this earlier because he was preaching me about how Justin Fields, like I was talking about last week, and the Cowboys were shitting on them, and then in garbage, Justin Fields was like, okay, dude, I guess we'll go put up 20 points now, or 25 points. And I kind of feel like that's Justin Fields' MO, is just shit in the bed, and then it's like, all right, I'll go squeak it out in the end. So I kind of feel like this is one of those games where Broncos D gets like a pick 6 and like racks up points or some shit. And then at that point, Justin Fields like, all right, I'll go out there and get a couple, and it's not really going to hurt the defense all that much.
Well, did you know that Justin Fields has never won a game in the NFL when the other team scored at least 21 points?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's like 0-28 or something like that. But garbage time, baby.
I take it back. I'm going Jaden. I just thought about this. Jaden Daniels in that Chicago actually could be turned into a shootout, so that could be beneficial. And then Bijan with the Buffalo game too. Same kind of deal.
Yeah, honestly, I like Jaden too. I'm picking bitch Jaden.
Ain't
Like
all
this
my
game,
city.
this is gonna hinge on Kamara actually being something, and Calvin's mismanagement of putting Shaheed and RJ Harvey in. But he also has nobody else to put in besides, I guess, Travis Hunter. But
I
he's
mean,
not gonna
really,
start.
like Jaden could put Jacoby Myers in there. Actually, might not be a bad play against Tennessee this week.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going Jaden. I switch. Fuck you, Cal.
I hate Calvin, but I'm going Cal.
I'm sticking Jaden.
Okay. That was a tough one. The whole machine.
versus whole showers.
Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. Like, there's a lot of hole going on here.
I guess that's whole showers, isn't it? Not showers.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's the same.
I was thinking that same thing. I was like, what is a hole shower?
I don't know. They're spelled the same, so I can get
That's
why.
very interesting. What are we thinking here?
Trike seems
Bischoff,
just,
Tootin.
dude. Yeah, Trike seems just tough in some areas.
Imagine if I never traded Javante to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, I'm going with Cleaner in this one. Hey, Trike. Hopefully, we get a deal done this week. But you need multiple pieces, bro. Like multiple pieces, big time. Like Malik, dude. He just started that Malik Washington. Like, dude.
Yeah.
The only reason that guy did anything is he's the kick returner, dude. He had like 5 catches, and they like in the first, I think the first 4 catches, he had like -2 yards. Like they were just kept throwing these little screens to him, and he wasn't getting anything.
Definitely not what you want to rely on week to week. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. He had 5 targets, 4 catches for 0 yards. And he has him starting.
I'm going Cleaner on it. Daniel Jones has a good matchup. I mean, most of his guys have good matchups.
Daniel Jones, baby.
Yeah. And he's got that Goddard going. Give me Queen.
Scrappy. Yeah, give me Cleaner. He's a trader, but I'll take him.
We'll unite one time. One last time.
Nope.
Who are you going with, Red?
I'm going with Cleaner too.
Clean sweep.
Unless Trike and I make a deal this week, maybe he'll freshen up his squad a little bit.
We've already been here.
Vegas versus B. Johns.
Yes.
Yeah, give me that.
Hey, also, can I just say, Sam Darnold putting 30 fucking points on me was ridiculous. You kidding me? Every time someone streams someone stupid against me, they're just hammering me with points. I'm sick of it.
Pretty funny though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's
a good time.
Yeah, I'm going nuttiest. You know, I hit up B. Johns with some of the trades because he was towards the bottom of running back scoring, and he told me he was set on running backs. I was like, all right, bud. So,
and I like the Jalen Warren thing. Positive buzz around his availability. Like not even talking about his practice or anything. Just buzzing people are just sounds good.
Talking.
Yeah, dude. I just don't see it happening.
Well, even if he does play, if it's against Cleveland, dude, and they have like the number 1 rush defense, so
dude, yeah.
B. Johns is falling, and he's falling fast, so he's definitely short enough to fall.
I mean, also, I'll give B. Johns something here. Like, he's going to be getting Kittle back and Lamar pretty damn close at the same time. So that's going to be obviously like a gigantic jump. But then again, though, I mean, Sam Darnold put up 30 points for him last week. That's like no difference in Lamar.
His wide receivers, bro, are just unfortunately McConkey, dude. He got lucky last week with a tutty, but dude, the
McConkey thing, yeah, like with the Quentin Johnson breakout, that's a real scary situation.
His dude, he has the worst wide receiving core in the league. You're talking about Xavier Worthy and Lad McConkey, and then on your bench you have Jaden Higgins, Darius Slayton, Tyquan Thornton, and then Brandon Ayuk.
Is Ayuk playing this year?
They say he's weeks away. He's multiple weeks away from even starting to get back into like football shape. So,
Damn.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna. And also, if he comes back, like he shredded his knee, it's gonna take a while for him to even get back to full strength.
So we all take in the Dark Lord.
Yeah, if he goes 5-1.
God damn.
Dude, isn't the desktop just ridiculously dumb?
Yeah. Trying to use the trackpad on my laptop. It's so tough.
Piglet Parade.
The whole Piglet Parade. Well, it's fitting, Gobby.
Hold on.
Yeah. Dude, Gobby, I mean...
Gobby? Who's Gobby?
Oh, wait, this is Trone. Sorry.
Trone.
I'm just thinking of Swine.
Well, good thing Trone's going to make the right move this week and start that build.
Dude, I was blown away by that last week. Just that I can't even pronounce the dude's name, but
Iomanner?
Yeah. Okay, so you're starting the rookie wide receiver on the worst offense in the league when you have a starting running back for one of the considered to be top 10 offenses in the league.
I don't even care if he's getting 40% workload, dude. Like, I'm taking that over 80% Iomanner with Cam Ward throwing.
I don't care if old Bill put up a goose egg last week. He's going right back in the lineup over that dude. And it's not even close.
Yeah, he's like, no Calvin Ridley.
Oh, man. It's just insane.
Hey, Ridley good at into that game.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
One time I bench him, he fucks me.
Get him right back in there, bud. You're talking about Trey Tucker?
Yes,
no.
Sir.
Let's see. Yeah, so with all that being said.
I know. Jesse's back to the 2 tight end set. Love to see that.
Dude, that Dalton Kincaid, man, he looks good.
It does look good.
He is who we thought he was.
Old Butt Tucker back in there. It's good to see.
I'm taking Trone. That Drake May's gonna feast against New
I'm
Orleans.
going Jesse this week.
Give me the Piglet Parade.
So bad last week.
The Kyler Murray thing scares me, but I think the rest
no Nico Collins this week, guys.
Yeah, but I don't know why. I'm just looking at that Kincaid and Kraft combo down there. I'm like what I see.
Some of that buffalo cheese.
And yeah, just like.
I mean, Josh Jacobs playing against Cincinnati's defense too. I mean,
that's gonna be nice. And if anybody's gonna do it for the Bengals, it's gonna be Jamar. Just don't like T. Higgins isn't doing it. So we want to talk about the wide receiver thing there with the Bengals. I mean, they both got it, but Jesse's got the way better player.
God, watching the Bengals be on 1st and goal and not give a single run to Chase Brown was just fucking gut-wrenching this weekend. I was like, he's going to get one, dude. He's going to get his chance. Not a single fucking run.
Dude, their line is just so bad. Who'd you take in that?
I'm taking Jesse.
Okay, Jesse.
Did you know that Chase Brown has the most touches in the league this year he has the most touches this year, but he has no gains of 15+ yards. He has like over 100 touches and has not gained more than 15 yards on one of those touches. He's the only person in the league.
Him and Genti are the most what? When you ask me the most yards after contact.
Guess what? You could add $10 for him.
Oh, one deal, man! You're my savior.
Hey, I was gonna give you Waddle and cash for him.
You can't even really give Diz cash. Diz got too much cash already. Dude, he's fucking spending.
I hate Waddle. I hate Pittman. Putting Waddle and Pittman, it's the whole thing that Nutt said about my team earlier on the pod league. Putting them in the amalgamation of my wide receivers is like throwing a fucking coin in the well and having me flip it every week.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna tell you right now, Waddle is wide receiver 17 on the year, and Michael Pittman is wide receiver 14. So where's
Just
this?
Well, now that you guys are playing your matchup, I guess I get to pick it, don't I?
Yes, you do. What a dog shit you.
Yeah, that old Tony Pollard's gonna teach him.
Yeah, I could have used that Pollard now. You know, that's one thing everybody could throw in my face. Is I didn't even think about my next week's matchup.
Well, Diz, why don't you go down to that bench too? I'm still.
Hold on.
Why don't you give me some advice here, maybe? I got Swift and DK on my bench. What should I do?
Sit both.
We got Baker against the Niners. Josh Allen playing the Falcons. JT playing Arizona. Man,
Yeah, it's gonna be a juicer.
Saquon's never going to get a touch because the Giants' defensive line is actually not bad. So
Don't start with me.
They are. Yeah.
They just don't run Saquon anymore. It's more of a Jalen Hurts attribute to be able to be running. Pollard versus Jaden Blue. I'm taking Pollard. Rome Odunze versus Waddle. I'm taking Rome. Ibuka.
Win in
versus
Rome, baby.
Dillon. I'm taking Ibuka. Interesting.
Truckman.
I gotta take Truckman in that just because Lamar's probably not gonna be back again.
You should probably take Truckman in that.
Yeah, Truckman. Oh man. Well, I'm not gonna go back on what I just said, so I'm taking Jameson Williams.
What if DK was in there?
Actually, we would probably take DK. What's his matchup?
Cleveland.
Yeah, I'll still take him. Gay versus Bates.
I like that Tyler Buer dome. You said that.
Yes. I was wondering if anybody noticed that.
I noticed. I was like, when I saw Tyler Buer, I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, the Bears. I was just telling somebody a story about him breaking his clavicle on his bike after taking a GB to go to work. A Fred Bear.
Classic.
I'm counting your matchup. Hold on.
Dude, just look at it. Like, look at the. I projected 20 more points than him. Like, I know the projections aren't everything, but come on.
It's closer, you think?
Wait, let me see. It's I'm going.
Jesus, like a beautiful bite over here.
We got 1, 2.
Oh shit.
4.
Jesus Christ, dude.
You're gonna kill me, but I'm taking Willie in this.
Huzzah!
Dude,
I didn't say this, dude. This is you. I'm gonna goog on you, dude. Like, get out of here.
I'm taking him, dude. The math don't lie. His brain figured it out.
The math doesn't lie. That's right, dude.
Okay.
Numbers don't lie.
Think about I'm just okay. All right, you know what? You need your pick, but I just want to point this out. You have Jaden Blue versus Tony Pollard. Like, he's probably going to get outscored by 10 points. Like,
We'll see Pollard get 10 points.
Yeah.
It's just the Raiders.
You never know, but
The Raiders have a good defensive line. Chill.
Oh, if there's
they don't give up rushing yards.
If there's any team that he would do good against, it would be against the Raiders. That's all I'm saying.
No.
All right. Well, Diz made his pick. We're running late on time. Let's get the hell out of here with that.
Yeah,
we got one more.
Do we?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Get cranky.
Oh shit! Yeah. All right. Well, okay.
Damn.
Yeah, definitely don't be doing a point there.
Well, he hasn't put in George Pickens yet for some reason. He wanted him so bad that he didn't put him in his lineup.
What's George projected? Let's see.
10.
10.
So basically add 5. So his projection's at 84.
God, battle of the fucking muck down there.
Come on, man, that Harold fan in. Just a pile of poo.
I wonder if Bobby gets old T-Mac back in there, that scary Terry.
Dan Quiz says he's optimistic.
I mean,
Also, Terry plays on Monday too, so he's got an extra day of rest too. So
I'm gonna go with Gobby's team, the Swine Empire. The KC Detroit game gonna be a shootout, man. I think fucking Gibbs is gonna go off. And also,
Packers defense against Cincinnati, like
yeah, and you got
5 or 6 sacks, probably a couple fumbles.
Drake London in there against Buffalo, another shootout potentially. So, yeah, I just don't like where COD's team is trending. I feel like the man's got a nose for a Sacco, and I feel like he's sniffing real hard.
Think about this. All right, COD, I don't want to show you too hard, but you really fucked me over today without responding. So guess what? Here you go. The man has $21 in fab left on the year. And he also just got rid of Justin Jefferson. And his team is imploding like right in front of him. And he had to spend how much did he spend for Dak Prescott? I can't remember. Like the dude is just
15, I think.
Yeah, so like essentially, I don't know. His team is falling apart, and like I said, he didn't upgrade anything. I don't think at all. Like it's a wash. George Pickens, Justin Jefferson. Really, we want to look at it. I think it's a wash. You basically just did the same thing. Yeah, you got some money for next year, but guess what? What about this year, bud?
We'll talk to that guy right over there. What is the point of getting this money right now? That's the grand question I feel like everybody's trying to answer.
I wanted to make the game harder on myself. It's too easy.
Perfect. So many championships.
Yeah, I win too much. Hey, I didn't even make my pick, dude. I'm going to pick Mitch, but I want COD to win. Thanks for rooting for me this weekend, buddy.
Yeah, I want Gobby to win because I want Gobby back in the group. Like, I don't know, I know Gobby's got, like, the family stuff going on with, like, Sarah and the baby and everything, but I just miss Gobby, like, he's not stirring the pot. There's no Gobby talks. It just, I want Gobby back.
Yeah, hard to stir the pot when you're down in the muck like that. Although Wilson Time always did it when we were the Pooh Boys. So,
well, dude, remember when he was going to the Sacco? He was stirring the pot that whole year. Remember that? He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm shit," but at the same time, like, I'm gonna make everybody come out to the sewers with me. It's like, where's that mentality, man? Bring me down to the sewer.
The only one that really hides when they're super shitty is Calvin.
That's his MO, and every time I bring it up, he deflects it really well. He's like, it's like, Calvin, you can't deflect everything when things are true.
Yeah. No, it's facts. Well, Wilson Time will always be in there. So, with that said, boys, we've rambled enough. Take what you want from these trade theories and whatever. But let's hop back into it. It's been an active week. Yeah, I think a lot of us are I don't know, man. I think we're all kind of a little bit lost in the sauce going into this.
Go Dodgers, baby.
No baseball talk. Shut that down.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck to everybody. Red. Suck it, Red.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you, Nick. Pull up them papers. I can smell you.